Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and we'll have a look at this puzzle in a moment. Lots of dots and dashes, and you won't take long to figure out why. Well, we'll come to that. What I'm going to address first is yesterday's puzzle, which was called Simple Arithmetic by Valdronius. And I solved this. It took me nearly an hour, and it revealed that I had reached the correct solution. What neither I nor Valdronius appreciated was that there was a missing plus. There was a negative constraint in this puzzle. And given the digits that appeared in these cells, there should have been a plus in this cell. And a couple of the commenters spotted that, and well done them. And Valdronius has very bravely owned the mistake and said, yes, he didn't notice too. He should have put a plus in this cell. He prostrated himself at the feet of everyone connected with Cracking the Cryptic. Well, you don't need to do that. If you own your mistake, I mean, you are reaching the standard that I reach every 2 or 3 days when I find a mistake in a puzzle and own up to it. When I find a mistake that I have made in my logic and I have to backtrack a bit and find it. So that's fine. What I've done with yesterday's video is create a new version of the puzzle with a plus in that cell and loaded it up so that if you were to click on the link, you would have that in. And I don't think it would have affected my solve, or it certainly needn't have affected my solve, because I didn't use those cells at all until the last few seconds of it. So you didn't need it. It might actually have helped earlier on. So there we go, that was yesterday's. Now I'm going to talk about today's grid. Chip Sounder took a break from creating Sudokus for his mental health. He actually sent us a puzzle that he said, this is my last one. But then a month or two later he felt well enough again, which is good news for us. And he's back. And he has dedicated this puzzle to his favourite TV show. And I don't know what that is. I don't know whether Chip is American or British, and indeed he might be from somewhere else. I do know that the title of this puzzle, My Original Reality Show Entertainment, is clearly an acronym. And you can see that that spells out Morse, which won't be surprising when you look at the dots and the dashes in the grid. But if they're meant to spell out something, I was unable to work out what it was. It's very hard to know what Morse breaks down as when you don't know exactly where the letter breaks are. And I was reading it as SOE, but then it just stopped making any sense. So I don't know what this says, and maybe somebody else can read it perfectly well and tell us what this says in Morse. If it does, it might be that Chip's favourite TV show is Morse. The show about Inspector Morse, police inspector in books by Colin Dexter, who was, of course, a noted cryptic crossword aficionado. And therefore, I've certainly watched and enjoyed that show. I wouldn't call it a reality show, but that might be just for the acronym. Anyway, if you can decipher this Morse code and tell us what this grid says, if indeed it says something, let us know in the comments. I'm going to just try and solve the puzzle as a Sudoku. And I'm first of all going to mention that there is still about a day left to try the Spider-Man Sudoku in Patreon. There are other videos in Patreon, Gridogram and Connections, but the Spider-Man Sudoku is the monthly puzzle hunt. It's a competition until the 20th, and if you win that competition, you could get to solve a video in collaboration with Simon. We are streaming tonight, by the way, already at this moment, if you're watching this as soon as it gets uploaded. If you're not, you could go back and see the VOD if you haven't seen it, of us in the Blueprints house. No idea how that's going to go, obviously, because I'm recording this before then, fairly clearly. And of course, on Fridays we have a crossword masterclass. We have apps which feature line and domino Sudoku, but also classic Sudoku 2 and the Worms, including by Blobz. We have many other things going on around the channel, including merch. So check out the links under the video. They're great. And the first link is to this puzzle by Chip Sounder. Now there's a bunch of rules. Let's go through what they are. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So 1 to 9 will go in every row, column and 3x3 box. A clue outside the grid, like this 10, gives the sum of the digits sandwiched between the 1 and the 9 in that row. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. Cells separated by a black dot, they have one digit be double the other. Along a red line, we must have different parity, so one is odd and one is even on these two cell red lines. On a green line, the difference between the digits connected has to be at least 5. And the grey line is a palindrome and reads the same backwards and forwards. That's it. Give it a try on that first list. Oh no, there's cages. That's not it. So the digits in a cage add up to the number given. There we go. That's it. So nothing you wouldn't expect if you know red parity lines. Give it a try on that first link. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So the things I tell you about green lines include that 5 is not on them, and that they alternate between high and low. So in this top row, and indeed in this row, 5 is limited to a bunch of cells. Now that means that this sequence of digits, for that's what it must be, includes the number 5. And since there is one high and one low digit, higher than 5 and lower than 5, on each of these greens, this group of 3 cells must contain a 5, one digit higher and one digit lower. And therefore, in this sequence of 4 cells, there is at least one higher digit than 5 and one lower digit than 5. And therefore, 4 and 6 must appear in them as well, along with either 3 or 7. And the same, well, no, this is a bit different because this is actually better. Yes, it's a cleaner deduction in this row because the same applies. There's a high and a low in each of those 3 sets. So there's a high and a low in this one, and now this must be 4, 5, 6, and indeed the 5 must be in the middle. So that's a better one to get on track with. Now, in this row, I was avoiding using the sandwich here because I can't quite work out. I do know that a 2-cell sandwich, well, a 2-cell sandwich is necessary to add up to 10 unless 2, 3, 5 are the contents of the sandwich. But that can't happen here because of this, where 5 appears along with 4 and 6. So it is a 2-cell sandwich in this row. I couldn't quite work out whether you could have, for instance, 2 and 8 on the line flanked by the 1 and 9, or you could have the 1 and 9 on different. You could have the 1 and 9 there with, well, indeed, the 2 and 8 between them or something. So I don't know how that row works. This row, actually, the same strictures apply. Well, oh, they do, but now I've just realised that. No, it couldn't be the 1 and 9 in those positions surrounding the 2, 8, because that would leave 3, 7, which don't go on a green line. Oh, sorry, this row doesn't say 10 as the clue, it says 20. There's the first mistake. Ah, well, that's a bit harder to sandwich. So the remaining digits in the row add up. We've put a total of 15 there. We know every row, column and box adds up to the same number. It's the Sudoku secret. That number's 45, the sum of the digits 1 to 9. So these digits add up to 30. If you exclude the 1 and the 9, the remainder add up to 20. So the 1 and the 9 have to go on the edges with those other digits in between them, which are 2, 3, 7, and 8. Now, this can't be a 3, 7 pair. It doesn't really resolve how they go. That's so odd. This could be a 3, 8 pair with 2 and 7 there, or this could be a 2, 7 pair, or indeed a 2, 8 pair. It's just, we're none the wiser. So the only remaining row with a sandwich clue, and that's proved quite useful, is this one, in which there must be a sequence somewhere in the row of 1, 2, 9. Now, that cannot impact the 7 cage, because no 2 of those digits add up to 7. So that sequence of 3 digits can't start here or here. What about the 24 cage? If it was 9, 2, 1, well, that would break on the black digit, If it was 1, 2, 9, you couldn't get the cage to add up to 24. So I'm narrowing down the area in which this 3-cell sequence of 1, 2, 9 can occur. I'm wondering if I can get it down to 1 and 2 being on this black dot. Because if it was those three, only one of 1 or 9 could be on the black dot with 2 there, and that won't work. So I'm taking that cell out. If it's these three, that would be the 1. Yeah, same deal. That would be the 1 so that it could go on a black dot. But then we'd have to have 2 in both those positions. So it's not those 3. So now the group of 1, 2, 9, it does involve these 2 cells, and therefore they have to be a 1, 2 pair. And 9 can't sit here on the black dot, so it must sit here. And then we know that 2 is in the middle and 1 is beside it. That's very neat. Right. That gives us this digit, which has to be 1 now, and that makes this one 9. And now this cell cannot be a crust, 1 or 9. I don't know how useful that is up there. I think it means it's in the sandwich, because the sandwich, we worked out the only digits that can go on the white dot, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no crusts. So the crusts are in this group of cells, and they're surrounding 2 cells, and therefore the group of cells including the crusts and the sandwich is either those 4 or those 4. I hadn't worked this out. This cell is always in the sandwich, and we've just worked out that this cell can't be crust because of the 1 and 9. So this is the whole sandwich. This green line adds up to 10. These are the crust cells surrounding it. 1 and 9. And this can't be 3, 7 because they would be joined on a green line, and that's illegal. So that's 2 and 8. And now this digit is the one that didn't get into this sequence. It's 3 or 7. I'm going to unread those now. Yeah, but I don't know about highness and lowness up here. That's intriguing. Oh, I think I do know this digit can't be a 2 because of this black dot sequence. A black dot sequence where they're all different from each other is either 1, 2, 4, which includes 2, or 2, 4, 8, which includes 2. So 2's on that sequence, and this digit is an 8. And this one is a 2. Oh, and that doesn't reveal the highness and lowness of these at all. It does reveal that this is not a 2, 4, 8 sequence. So it's a 1, 2, 4. Now we've got 1 in one of those cells, and this one is 9, and this is 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light. Now 6 must be on this white dot to make it work. That is now odd, and this must be even, because of the parity rule. This is a 1. This is, we now know that this line this group of consecutives contains 4, 5, 6, and 7. The 5, 6 must be in the middle, the 4, 7 on the ends, and the one that is next to the 1 is therefore the 7. And then we've filled in the top row entirely. This is a nice flow from Chip, isn't it, as usual? Right, this 7 cage is a 3, 4 pair because we've used 1 and 2. So, I mean, I majored pretty hard on the work that we were doing around these sandwiches, but I think it's really going to pay dividends now. On the palindrome, that digit has to be the same as this end, so it's 3 or 4. This black dot can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4, so that is 6 or 8, touching 3 or 4. And that, which can't touch 1 or 2, is touching 3, 4, or 5 here. Now, that's quite a low digit to go in this cage. These are from 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not. These aren't capped enough for me to know what that is. I thought they might be, but no. This, obviously, is from 5, 6, 7, or 8 as well. I'm not going to trifle with your intelligence by trying to solve that at the moment. That's not a 2, that's not a 7. Right. this white dot cannot use 2 digits from 5, 6, 7, 8, because then we would have 5 of them in use. Can it be a 9, 8 pair? If it was, the 9 would be there, 8 would be there, this would be a 6, this would be a 5, 7 pair, and these would have to add up to 12, but we'd have used 9 and 8, so they couldn't do that. So it's not a 9, 8 pair, it doesn't use 2 digits from 8, 7, 6, 5. So now we're selecting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this white dot. It's not 3, 4 as a pair because that would break this cell. But once I've said that, I've said as much as I understand, I think, about this. Right, I need some other clue. There's this group of 4 that can't use 5, 6, 7. That can't use 6 either for that reason. Right, they must be 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Yeah, they've got to be. And the 4 is there, and the 1 is at the other end, and we just fill them in. If I just looked at those, that would help. That's now a 9 to make the row work. This group is 3, 5, 6. This group is 7, 8, 9. That's quite interesting. No, it's not. That can't be 2. This can't be 3. I mean, we're sort of narrowing these down. Oh, this has to be a 3 on this line now. That's good. And then we take 3 out of those cells. And can we rule out 7 there? No, we can't. But we need, oh, we've got 3 here looking at this. So that's 4, that's 8. There's no 8 in this group. Now, these add up to 11, 12, or 13. Plus 4 is 15, 16, or 17. Leaving 9, 8, or 7 here. Well, it can't be 8, so that's 9 or 7. This is low, and it can't be 1 or 4, so it's 2 or 3. Now, what did they mean? If it's 9, these add up to 11 and a 5, 6. If it's 7, they must be 6, 5. Now, hang on. If it's 7... they're meant to be adding up to 13, so that's not possible. This must be 9. 13 there, 11 here. These are 5, 6. Now we can't have 5 or 4 on this dot, and therefore the even digit on the dot is 2, and that goes here. That's another 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, letting us fill in 7s in box 7 and row 8. This becomes a 5. Now, there's another sequence here, and we can't use 3, 4, 5, or 9. This surely has to be 6, 7, 8. Can't use 1 or 2. So that's a 7, 6 and 8's around it. Oh, I could have filled that cell in as a 6 or 8 a long time ago. This is a 1, 2 pair, which fits the line. Oh, in fact, we've got a 2 up there. So I think we're going to finish this quite quickly. This is 6 or 8 because it sees 5 and 9 in the column. And therefore this is a 5, 9 pair, and I don't think this can be 9 because we'd have to go 8, 7, and that 7 would be a disaster. So that's 5, that's 9. This now can't go up to 7, so it goes down to 3. This digit is 6 or 8, and we're just left with 6s and 8s to resolve, and there's an 8 in the grid that does it all. And boxes 8 and 9 are thoroughly complete. That can't be 6 or 5 in the column, so it's 3. This is on the palindrome, so it's 4. Oh, look, the palindrome is doing more to help. And we're motoring now, literally, not literally, but figuratively motoring. The 1 and 4 there are not resolved. That can't be 7. This can't be 5 or 6. That's 7. That's now 6. That's 5. Are these 4, 6 done? Yes, they're done. That can't be 8 in the column. These columns are very helpful if I was just using them. Right, 9. And even this 5, 6 are done down here from the top. Okay, that 7, 8 are not resolved, and that 1, 4, they are resolved now, actually. So let's finish off the central box with 3, 6, and a 2, 9 pair, but we can't put 9 on the black dot. So I think this puzzle is very straightforward now. That's a 1, that's a 5. Now we've got 2 and 9 here, 3 and 7, 1 and 8. And in this row, 7 and 6, that's going to sort out 7 and 8. And then we've got 8 and a 4 to finish off. And the only puzzle remaining is what TV show. Oh, yes, I was wondering if this message is going to say, and it's not. It's just got a smile. So what TV show is Chip Sounder's favourite? If it's Morse, I'm going to be a little disappointed. I'm hoping that this grid spells out something and I couldn't work it out, but maybe you can. Or maybe if you can't, maybe eventually Chip will tell us. I feel that these dots and dashes are not random, but I don't know what it is that they were trying to spell. Thank you for playing along with me. Thank you for studying my problem and seeing if you can solve it. And for being kind about yesterday's video as well. And yeah, I will see you soon. We'll be back on the channel with 2 videos tomorrow. And of course, don't forget that Blueprint stream, which you could catch up on. Thanks for watching and bye for now.